Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about what Toto Wolff has said about Mercedes upgrades this season, as well as a test that was done on the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc following the Hungarian Grand Prix. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Mercedes boss Toto Wolff, who has spoken about reverting back to an older suspension for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Now, as we know, in the European leg of the season, Mercedes' performances have taken a bit of a dive. I mean, prior to the Imola Grand Prix, George Russell claimed 4 podiums in 6 races, and his rookie teammate Kimi Antonelli was also putting in good performances, like he got the sprint pole in Miami, he went from P16 to P4 in Melbourne. But yeah, when they introduced a new rear suspension configuration at Imola, it just went all downhill for Mercedes, and as a result, in Hungary, the team decided to go back to their older rear suspension, and well, it did end up working really well for the team, with Russell returning to the podium. And speaking about it following the Hungarian Grand Prix, Wolff said, as quoted by Crash.net, well, that rear axle will be ending up in a bin somewhere, I guess. Upgrades are here to bring performance, and there's a lot of simulations and analysis that goes into putting parts in the car, and then they're just utterly wrong, and you need to go back to the analog world and put it in the car and see what it does, and if it doesn't do what it should do, and that's a tricky bit, I guess for everyone in Formula 1, how do you bring correlation from what the digital world tells you into the real world? This is the latest example of how it tripped us over. So yeah, Mercedes will be pleased for finding the causes for their difficult performances across the European leg of the season. And while the upgrade turns out to be a bit of a waste in the end, at least they haven't lost performance really, while others have upgraded the car as well, because as we saw in Hungary, they're still fighting for a podium. But let's move on to Leclerc. Now, as we know with Leclerc, during the Hungarian Grand Prix, he had a massive drop in pace. It started off so well, he qualified on pole, and it seemed he had an answer to the pace of the McLarens. But from that 40, yeah, the pace just went away. And the cause of this is unclear. You know, Leclerc said after the race that it could be something to do with the chassis, and Ferrari are investigating what's gone wrong with the car. But giving his verdict following the Grand Prix, Russell told Sky Sports F1, as quoted by motorsport.com, well, I saw how slow he was, so I presumed something was not right. The only thing we can think of is they were running the car too low to the ground, and they had to increase the tyre pressures for that last stint, because they were using an engine mode that was making the engine slower at the end of the straight, which is where you have the most amount of plank wear. Now, Ferrari ride height issues have been a talking point this season, and we saw following the Chinese Grand Prix that Lewis Hamilton was disqualified from that race for excessive wear on his skid block. But as I say, it's still very unclear as to what caused Leclerc to be slow in the latter stages of the race and lose so much time to the McLarens. Now, funnily enough, Leclerc's car was one of 3 cars inside the top 10 to have been selected at random for FIA inspections following the Hungarian Grand Prix, with the cars being subject to a late test regarding the skid block. And the FIA said in a statement, the plank and skid wear was checked on car numbers 81, 16 and 63, and all 3 cars passed the test, meaning the race results stand. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.